Welcome back to Coin Quest, where today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating, controversial, and unexpectedly valuable coins in American history, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. This isn't just any ordinary quarter. One special 1965 quarter has shocked the numismatic world by reaching a jaw-dropping market value of $1 million. That's right, a single 25-cent piece, worth more than most luxury homes. In this video, we're going to uncover everything you need to know about the 1965 Washington quarter. We'll explore its rich history, its vital role in a major turning point in U.S. coinage, the rare minting errors that make certain pieces incredibly valuable, and the unbelievable story behind the ultra-rare 1965 quarter that sold for 7 figures. So buckle up, coin collectors and history buffs, because this is going to be a wild ride. Let's begin with a bit of historical context that in the early 1960s, the United States experienced a massive coin shortage. Silver prices were soaring, and people began hoarding coins made of precious metals. Up until 1964, quarters were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. But due to the rising cost of silver and increasing demand for coins in circulation, something had to change. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a bold decision. They eliminated silver from the quarter's composition. Thus, the 1965 Washington quarter became the first clad quarter, composed of copper and nickel, rather than silver. This was a major shift in American numismatic history, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. From that year onward, quarters were struck using a copper-nickel clad composition, a copper core with a nickel coating on both sides. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Although the U.S. Mint officially stopped producing silver quarters in 1964, some transitional errors occurred. A handful of 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover 90% silver planchets, the blank discs used to mint coins. These transitional error coins are among the rarest and most valuable Washington quarters ever discovered. One such 1965 silver quarter sold at auction for over $7,000. Another, in pristine condition, fetched more than $12,000. And then, there's the king of them all, the most legendary 1965 quarter ever found. A single coin that was authenticated, verified, and graded as an extremely rare transitional silver quarter in mint state condition, and it sold for an astounding $1,000,000. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million quarter. So how can a tiny piece of metal, meant for everyday use, become worth such a staggering amount of money? Let's break it down. First, rarity. Coins that were never meant to exist are the holy grail of coin collecting. The 1965 silver quarter is exactly that, an accident, a transitional error that escaped the mint's quality control. Only a few are known to exist, and most have been lost, spent, or melted down over time. Second, condition. The $1 million 1965 quarter was in mint state, which means it had never been circulated. It retained its original luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear, a near-perfect example of a historical anomaly. Third, historical significance. This coin represents a pivotal moment in U.S. monetary policy. The switch from silver to clad coins changed the entire landscape of American coinage. Owning a silver 1965 quarter is like holding a piece of history in your hand, a coin that was never supposed to survive but somehow did. Now let's talk about how you can identify a valuable 1965 Washington quarter. The vast majority of 1965 quarters are common and worth only face value, 25 cents. But there are ways to determine whether your coin might be worth thousands or even millions. First, weigh your coin. A standard copper-nickel clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a 90% silver quarter from 1964 weighs approximately 6.25 grams. If your 1965 quarter is closer to 6.25 grams, it might be a silver transitional error. Use a precise digital scale to check the weight. Second, inspect the coin's edge. A clad coin will have a visible copper stripe on the edge due to the sandwiching of copper and nickel layers. A silver coin will have a uniform silver-colored edge. If your 1965 quarter has no copper stripe, that's a major clue. Third, get it professionally graded and authenticated. Reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can examine your coin and confirm whether it's genuine. Having a third-party certification not only proves authenticity but also dramatically increases the coin's value to collectors and investors. Now, let's take a look at the current coin market. Demand for rare coins has been booming in recent years. Collectors, investors, and even curious treasure hunters are searching through old change jars, bank rolls, and coin collections in hopes of finding a hidden gem. The market for high-grade, rare error coins, especially transitional errors like the 1965 silver quarter, is red hot.in. Fact, even non-silver 1965 quarters in perfect mint state condition can sell for hundreds of dollars. Coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can fetch impressive premiums due to their rarity in such pristine condition. Add a full strike and no bag marks, and you've got a real winner. And if you happen to find one of the ultra-rare silver transitional errors, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. Just imagine turning a forgotten quarter from your coin jar into a $1 million treasure. So here's your takeaway: the 1965 Washington quarter is more than just small change. It's a coin that marks a turning point in U.S. monetary history. Most are worth face value, but a select few are worth thousands, even millions. All it takes is one lucky find, one rare error, one perfect coin, and your life could change forever. So start checking your change, go through those old coin collections, and look closely at every 1965 quarter you find. Who knows? You might just be holding the next $1 million coin in your hands. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, valuable finds, and hidden treasures hiding in plain sight, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into coin collecting legends. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're going to check your 1965 quarters after watching this. This is, signing off. Happy collecting, and may the coin gods be in your favor. Where we explore the world of rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket right now. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating and potentially life-changing coin, the 1995 Washington quarter dollar coin. This is not just a simple 25-cent piece. In some incredibly rare cases, it's worth millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. There's a known 1995 Washington quarter valued at a staggering $3 million, and today we'll explore exactly why. We'll uncover the history of the coin, the features that make it valuable, and how to tell if you might be holding one of these ultra-rare coins in your hands. Let's get started. Chapter 1, The Birth of the Washington Quarter. First, let's travel back in time. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. Originally introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first U.S. president, it replaced the standing Liberty quarter and was designed by John Flanagan. Fast forward to 1995, a year filled with significant changes in politics, culture, and yes, numismatics. The quarter minted in that year might look ordinary, but there's more than meets the eye. While billions of 1995 Washington quarters were produced for circulation by the Philadelphia and Denver mints, not all of them are the same. Chapter 2, Standard 1995 quarters, common but still collectible. Let's talk about the typical 1995 quarters first. These coins were struck in huge numbers. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.1 billion of them, while the Denver Mint struck over 1.1 billion as well. In circulated condition, these coins are usually worth just face value, 25 cents. However, in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially with grades MS 65 and above, their value increases. A beautifully preserved 1995 Washington quarter in mint state 67 can fetch anywhere between $40 and $75, and in MS 68, prices can rise up to $200 or more. But we're not here just for the average. We're here for the extraordinary. Chapter 3, Rare 1995 Washington Quarters, the $3 million phenomenon. Now comes the exciting part, the story of the ultra-rare 1995 Washington quarter that was once valued at an incredible $3 million. What could possibly make a 25-cent coin so valuable? The answer lies in minting errors and unique anomalies, which drive collectors wild and push prices into the stratosphere. The $3 million coin was no ordinary quarter. It featured a dramatic double die obverse, also known as a DDO. This error occurs when the coin is struck by a die that was misaligned during the engraving process, causing doubled inscriptions or design elements. The specific 1995 quarter in question shows clear doubling on the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and even on Washington's profile. This type of doubling is extremely rare on a quarter, especially from that year, making it a holy grail among collectors. What made this coin worth so much? First, the error was bold and unmistakable. Second, it was graded MS-69 by a top-tier grading company, meaning it was nearly perfect. Third, it was the only known example of its kind at the time, a one-of-one discovery. The uniqueness combined with condition and dramatic error made it worth $3 million to the right collector or investor. Chapter 4, How to Spot a Valuable 1995 Quarter. So how do you know if you have one of these golden treasures sitting in your change jar? Here are the signs to look for. Check for doubling. Look closely at the obverse side of the coin. If the letters in Liberty or In God We Trust look like they have shadows or double lines, you might have a double die. Look for mint luster and sharpness. If your coin has not been circulated and still has a shiny, new look, it could be worth more. Check the mint mark. Coins from both Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark, can be valuable, but some errors are more common in one mint than the other. Get it graded if you believe your quarter has a rare error or is in mint condition. Submit it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their authentication can make or break the value of your coin. Chapter 5, Other Valuable 1995 Quarters and Market Trends. Even if you don't have the $3 million unicorn, don't give up. There are other 1,995 quarters worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars due to errors like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or cuts struck on the wrong metal planchet. In the current coin collecting market, interest in error coins has skyrocketed. Younger generations, new collectors, and seasoned investors alike are all searching for that next big find. In auctions, certified error coins from the 1990s are achieving higher prices than ever before. A well-preserved 1995 quarter with a dramatic mint error can easily fetch $1,000 to $5,000, depending on the type and severity of the error. Chapter 6, The Future of the 1995 Washington Quarter. What does the future hold for this coin? As more coins are graded and discoveries are made, the value of rare 1995 Washington quarters is expected to rise. Coins that were once overlooked may become tomorrow's treasures. The key is awareness. Educate yourself, check your change, and stay connected with the coin collecting community. That common-looking quarter in your drawer could be a fortune in disguise. Final thoughts. Your 1995 quarter could be worth a fortune. The 1995 Washington quarter dollar coin is a perfect example of how ordinary currency can become extraordinarily valuable. While most are worth only 25 cents, a rare few are worth thousands, and one, worth $3 million, stands as one of the most astonishing finds in coin history. So, the next time you go through your pocket change, keep an eye out for the 1995 quarter. It might just change your life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a treasure hunt. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or have a 1995 quarter you want us to look at. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing, because treasures are everywhere. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden world of one of the most surprising and valuable quarters ever minted, the 1986 Washington quarter dollar coin. You may have one of these coins in your pocket, in a jar at home, or buried in a forgotten drawer. But did you know that one rare version of this coin is believed to be worth an astonishing $2 million? Yes, you heard that right, $2 million for a single 1986 Washington quarter. In this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about this historic coin. We'll explore the origins of the Washington quarter, what makes the 1986 version so special, how rare errors and minting mistakes can create million-dollar treasures, and what the current coin market says about its value today. So grab your coin jars, sit back, and let's unlock the fascinating story of the 1986 Washington quarter. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became a staple in American coinage. Since then, the Washington quarter has gone through various design and composition changes, but the original image of Washington on the obverse has remained a constant. Now fast forward to 1986, a seemingly ordinary year in U.S. minting history. Over 1.2 billion Washington quarters were struck that year. That includes quarters from both the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P, and the Denver Mint, marked with a D. Because so many were minted, most people assume these coins aren't rare or valuable. But the truth is far more fascinating. Within this massive mintage hides an ultra-rare, nearly mythical version of the 1986 quarter, a coin so unique that collectors have offered up to $2 million just to own it. How could a modern coin reach such a value? It all comes down to errors, misstrikes, and condition. Let's break it down. First, one of the main reasons a 1986 quarter could be worth big money is due to minting errors. A small number of these quarters are believed to have been struck on the wrong planchet, for example, on a planchet meant for a nickel, dime, or even a foreign coin. These off-metal errors are incredibly rare and highly sought after. Another valuable variation involves double strikes, where the coin is struck more than once, causing overlapping designs and distorted images. If you come across a 1986 quarter with clear doubling on the date, lettering, or Washington's profile, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands, or potentially millions, depending on the rarity and condition. Let's not forget about the proof coins. While standard circulation quarters were struck in large numbers, a much smaller batch of 1986 quarters were made in proof sets, intended for collectors. These coins feature a mirror-like finish and are struck with extra precision. If you find a 1986 S-proof quarter in perfect PR70 condition, certified by grading authorities like PCGS or NGC, it can easily fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars at auction. But let's get back to the million-dollar coin, the one that turns heads at auctions and creates a frenzy among numismatists. The story goes that a single 1986 quarter was mistakenly struck on a 24-karat gold planchet, possibly as a test strike or an unauthorized mint error that escaped into circulation. While the existence of this coin has never been officially confirmed by the U.S. Mint, multiple coin experts and private collectors have reported sightings, and offers have reached upwards of $2 million for this elusive treasure. So where is this coin now? No one knows for sure. It might be sitting in someone's personal collection, tucked away in a safe, or possibly even lost to time. But every few years, rumors resurface of its appearance at a private auction or in a collector's showcase. That's the magic of coin collecting. You never know when the next historic discovery will be made. Now, let's talk current market value. While the ultra-rare $2 million version is the holy grail, even ordinary 1986 quarters can fetch surprising amounts under the right conditions. A 1986 P or 1986 D quarter in uncirculated MS67 or higher grade can sell for anywhere from $100 to $500. Find one in MS68 or higher, and you're easily looking at four figures. Proof versions, especially the 1986 S Deep Cameo coins graded PR69 DCAM or PR70 DCAM, often sell for $50 to $300, depending on demand. Add in a unique error or striking variation, and the price can skyrocket. And here's something to think about: with modern grading services like PCGS, NGC, and ANAX, it's never been easier to find out what your coins are truly worth. If you think you have a 1986 quarter that looks unusual, mistruck, or flawless, it's worth getting it professionally evaluated. Who knows? You might be holding a coin that could change your life. In conclusion, the 1986 Washington quarter dollar coin is a reminder that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary places. From mint errors and off-metal strikes to pristine proofs and mysterious million-dollar versions, this coin represents everything we love about collecting: the history, the mystery, and the possibility of a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. So check your pocket change. Look through those old coin rolls. Examine every 1986 quarter you come across. Because hidden in the hands of ordinary people just like you, may be the next multimillion-dollar masterpiece. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another incredible coin story. Until next time, keep searching, stay curious, and happy collecting.